You know, other day I was pondering about how much my life was different this time last year. And honestly, I was going through a lot of personal chaos. But on top of that, uh, pandemic pretty much threw everyone off balance. So in the midst of that chaos, I stumbled upon one of the self improvement videos by Tony Robbins, and where he talked about creating daily rituals, adapting habits which have long lasting effects. And that kind of stuck with me, and I started my daily rituals, and it will be a year since I started those rituals. To celebrate my first year of doing it, uh, I will tally all of my daily rituals and see how much I actually met that. So I know, like for instance, journaling. I know I probably wrote around 234 journals so far. So I already missed journals. Um, but the goal is to kind of keep a tally on annual basis so that I can compare how much I improved from this year to next year, and then create this annual ritual. I was going through some of my old journals, and I stumbled upon one of the journals which was about my relationship with money. And in that, I did write that I think money is a tool which you can use it for various purposes. It has pretty wide applications and pretty wide demand too. So it has value, and money may not be the source of happiness, but it can help you to get towards that. But at the end of the day, money is not everything. There are plenty of moments when money is essentially worthless. Money is a tool. So the best thing we can do is to use this tool wisely to open the doors of more opportunities. The way I see it, there are plenty of opportunities in this digital era we are living in. And my investment strategy is to first analyze the universal patterns and then use those universal patterns to invest into the things which I believe in. For instance, one of the universal pattern is 80-20 rule, or most widely known as Pareto Principle. So basically, say if you have 100 trees in your farm, then at the end of the harvest period, you would observe that the top 20% of your trees produced 80% of your harvest, and bottom 80% of your trees produced the rest 20% of your harvest. And you can see this similar pattern in other sectors and other areas of reality as well. For instance, 20% of the population owns 80% of the wealth. I mean, it's supposed to be around that ratio, but right now I think it's, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10% of the people owns like over 90% of the wealth. Um, so that also kind of speaks about Pareto principle. So basically, when you invest your money, if you invest $100 into 100 different companies, or $1 per company, then or 20 companies will give you 80% of your returns, and the rest 80 companies will give you the 20%. So this is one of the universal pattern which you can find in nature everywhere. And one of the other universal pattern is the law of compounding. And I'm sure there are a bunch of other universal patterns which um, can help to create a strategy of to invest. And the other concept is to diversify your funds. And diversity is such a beautiful concept because it allows you to not put all of your eggs in the same basket and lose everything with one bad call. Once you diversify your fund, Pareto Principle will kick in, and you'll get 80% of your return from 20% of your investments. So, using that philosophy, I not only try to diversify within one sector, such as say stocks, but also diversify into other sectors like stocks, bonds, crypto, uh, real estate funds, and there are so many different funds. Now we even have option to invest into startups. So there are so many different opportunity to diversify the funds. And within each sector too, you have to diversify. So I just don't buy one company's stock. I buy, stocks of various companies. Or the best option is to invest into index funds, which itself is a diversified fund, which no one have to manage, and you know you can automate it just by investing into index fund. The one key attribute you would need is patience. I know we are living in this instant gratification reality where having a delayed gratification seems daunting. It seems that the life is slipping away, but trust me, patience is the key to let your money grow, let it automate. I was reading this book called I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. It's a good read, and he was talking about how to live a rich life without worrying about money. And some of the things he talked about is to not fuss over $3 latte or coffee, and actually try to minimize the expenses, which is probably eating away your savings or something, in terms of like getting rid of management fees, getting rid of things which you don't use in your life, and things which doesn't bring um, joy in your life, I guess. Kind of talking about like don't compromise in living your life, rich life, and automate your investments, and focus on what you actually want to do with your life. The way I see it, my financial goal is to just automate all of my income so that I can use my time, energy into creating my passion projects. And one of these passion projects is this podcast, where I'm in a way documenting my journey, and I'm sure that our paths will cross again. So until then, stay peaceful.